waiting till?
1319, one of the most famous walled cities in all of Europe, started construction. This is the city of Dubrovnik. Many people might know it as King's Landing from Game of Thrones. So one question that before we were coming here, we're telling a few friends and family about our plans to go to Dubrovnik. And many people were saying, you're gonna be crowded with tourists. It's gonna be a tourist trap. It's gonna be like Epcot in Disney World. Just don't bother, skip it, go somewhere a little bit more authentic. So, is Dubrovnik too touristy? Let's find out. I'm joined behind the camera with my lovely girlfriend, Kira.
Hi.
And let's go into Dubrovnik. Follow me, and let's go into the walls. So these walls, it's fully enclosed city. The entire thing is actually covered in walls still to this day. Old San Juan in Puerto Rico actually used to be that way until they tear down part of the walls. And this has been the case in many other European cities. But this one still fully intact all around, which you can visit and pay 40 euro to go up there. No, it's worth it.
It's worth it. Get the pass.
Get the pass, exactly. And when people think about King's Landing, this is the view right here. Look at that. Cue the music.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, let's go down. Hello, Rayannette from Texas. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Roy. A nice surprise. Hello, Ethan. Hello, Alicia. Rayannette says, love your shirt. Ooh, thank you. It's my Hello Kitty shirt from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Hello, Irene. Irene says hello to Kira too as well. Nice to see you here. So what was your first impressions of Dubrovnik when you came over here, Kira?
Obviously, the stunning architecture. Yeah, just the relaxed pace. I mean, not to, say Florence, but I was expecting overwhelming stuff like sardines. Like this would be like sardines in Florence or Cinque Terre.
Cinque Terre, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we're right now in the main entrance, and as you can tell, there's barely tourists around. And even when we were at the city walls, it was nice and calm. So I don't know where people get this perception of Dubrovnik being extremely crowded. It's like in the middle of July. This is peak season. We saw major cruise ships outside. And I have not felt this overbearing crowdedness. But now we're going to the main strip.
Reservations.
No reservations.
Or yeah.
No need to plan the landmarks either. Hello, Isabel. So this is one of the main thoroughfares for having food and other meals and coffee and things like that. Now, we just had an amazing meal.
How are the locals? Isabel asked.
That's a good question. As we're walking around, one thing that did strike me, as I thought it was going to be such a big tourist trap that it wasn't going to be locals running this, the businesses here. But many are. A lot of Croatians, if not people from other parts of the Balkans. And that said, this is not really local culture. This is indeed a place for tourism.
Where tourists are.
But I don't feel like I'm deprived fully of Croatian culture as I did, unfortunately, in Lisbon. I felt, at least in the center of Lisbon, I felt a little bit deprived of Portuguese culture because no one working at the restaurants was of the country. Let's continue walking around.
Okay.
So we had an amazing meal from Media Terra. And what did you have? It's really good, right? It was like it was a big salad too. Let me show the photos. Here's Tyrion Lannister. So Kira had this amazing tuna steak right there. Really good. It was lots of salad. It's a big one. It's not dainty. And then we had a black risotto, which was very good and very filling too, and very different. And great olive oil and bread. So we just went to a random restaurant. We really didn't bother checking Google reviews. We didn't stress about trying to find the best place. We just hopped in. It was great food. And that happened to us already twice.
My friend Sarah.
Hey!
We want to come there too.
Yes! Stay tuned. More Balkans adventures coming soon. Vera says, I hope you get to visit Split and Zadar.
Next time. Next time.
We tried to fit in Split, but we decided to beach instead in Var, the island of Var, spelled Hvar, as the Croatians pronounce it. Var. It's all of it. Var. Right here we have the Stratton. Welcome to the beautiful Stratton. This is the main thoroughfare of Dubrovnik. Now, Dubrovnik used to be called the Republic of Ragusa, and it was because two cities combined into one, and this was the main dividing point. This right here was marshland between Dubrava, which was mostly Slavs, and Ragusa, which was mostly of Latin origin, people of the Dalmatian area. And they united to make the Republic of Ragusa, which was a republic independent for 450 years between two warring powers that were at each other's throats, the Ottomans and the Venetians. And they made this beautiful city. So let's walk down.
Not related to Ragu.
Not related to Ragu. Nope, Ragu was not made here in Ragusa. Hello, RJ. Eugene says, I visited Mostar. You know, I did show Kira Mostar, the Bosnian little medieval town with the huge bridge where people dive from.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. But Kira did her own diving here at a place called Buzabar,
Yes.
which we may show here on this live stream. Actually, we will show you in the live stream. Hello, LAB. Eugene says, in Croatia right now it's 1704. Indeed it is. Hello, you two lovebirds. Hello, Mater. Nice to see you here. Feel free to ask us any questions you may have. I have a full video, 3-minute epic video about the history of Dubrovnik. The entire history crammed into 3 minutes. So yeah, this is not too touristy because...
Yes, there are tourists.
Yeah.
Everybody's important, but it's not overbearing.
Overbearing. And we're not bombarded with cheesy gift shops.
Yeah.
Or like, experiences that are a bit tourist traps, like the Museum of Ice Cream. I may have been sponsored by said tourist trap experiences before, but
Some are very warranted. We should have a good time at Madame Tussauds.
we did.
Down at this low end.
So this is the main street, and Dubrovnik is very easy to walk. We can easily walk it in 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes. Pretty much you can see a good chunk of the city. To walk the walls, it gets pretty hot, so do pace yourself, but we went at a very slow pace because we were filming, and it took us like 3 hours, but we were a slow place. Yeah, you can go a bit faster, see about the entire city walls in an hour or less. Now, the entire architecture that we see here was built almost all at once. Because in 1667, move over here to my side.
There we go.
Yeah, 1667. There we go. It's just Kira helped me film, by the way, the amazing
It's a learning curve.
history, and she did a great job. let me know if you watched the video and let me know what you think about the filmmaking because I think it was amazing.
I'm taught by the best. Taught by the best. Oh, and George asked, what camera are you filming with?
iPhone 17 Pro Max to the very extreme triple X, the most amazing phone ever made. It's a great phone. So, 1667 at around 8:45 a.m. there was a massive earthquake that unleashed upon the city. And this earthquake unfortunately caused terrible damage across the all these buildings were made out of stone. Stone is not too flexible, so it just crumbles down to the ground. Well, the city had to rebuild. And they decided to rebuild all in the Baroque style, as we see all around us. A few medieval buildings do survive, and I'll point them out as we're walking around, like this church over here that predates the Baroque style.
Oh, and this is the...
We have a little thing.
Here.
I am not so good at giving a demonstration of this, but I think a professional dancer might be able to.
Maybe. So if you stand on this with one foot, you find true love. But I have a hack.
Ooh, there we go. Yep, basically.
Yep. Done.
You're supposed to balance, but you balance for a good 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Right here is one of the very first public water fountains of the city. People are still using it for water today. Monastery, which we did not go, but if you buy the Dubrovnik pass, you can actually go to all these places. Is this ticketed? Yeah. Can you scout ahead and let me know? Okay. Hello, Diana. Nice to see you here. I think Kira's lovely. Yes, she really is. So here's one of the main entrances. I would recommend actually starting here for the walls. And once you get the walls, it's 40 euro for the city walls, which is steep and it's just the walls. But if you get yourself the Dubrovnik Day Pass, you will only be spending 40 euros for the walls and a handful of museums. Jorge says, where is this? This is Dubrovnik, Croatia. Okay, no. Michaela says, so beautiful, love these historical buildings. Me too. Oh, it's the pharmacy. Oh, so it required admission? It did, okay. So the pharmacy requires admission, but stay tuned to my videos. You'll see more of the smaller museums, also Instagram stories. Now here, if you're in Dubrovnik, you must go to one of the local places. The Hard Rock Cafe. I mean, actually don't.
If you're ever going to the Hard Rock Cafe,
might as well here, yeah. Isabel says, sorry, I'm working today. What a beautiful day. Well, I hope you could enjoy the replay. Thank you so much for saying hello. Jean is tuning in from Ohio. Ooh, well made.
I want to take you to Cincinnati.
Kira's trying to convince me to do an epic series of videos about Cincinnati, Ohio. Should I go to Ohio? Let me know. From Dubrovnik to Ohio. So here we're passing all the shops. Lots of corals, yeah. Let's show that. From your perception, in terms of souvenir shopping, how have you found the prices compared to other touristy cities in Europe?
Pretty reasonable.
Pretty reasonable, right? Yeah.
We enjoyed getting some little tchotchkes, which we left at a bar, so somebody now has about 3 magnets.
We left the entire bag of souvenirs at an amazing bar called Esperanza in the neighborhood outside the city walls. So hopefully someone's enjoying those magnets. Todd says, I was years ago, walk the wall. Yes, walking the wall is 100% worth it, despite the steep price. yeah. 1991, the Yugoslav People's Army, which was mostly Serbians and Montenegrins, actually bombarded the city, sieged it from Serge up above, which you can now access via cable car. And this is one of the photos of the attacks. It was devastating to the tourism of Dubrovnik, which was very famous from the 70s and 80s. So much so that Kira linked me an amazing song. What was the song?
Ring Them Bells.
Ring Them Bells by Liza Minnelli. And she
I
talked.
don't know, but Liza, from Liza with a Z. But we were surprised.
yes.
We were like, why?
Why
She knows we're Dubrovnik. And our Uber driver said
It was super popular.
super popular in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm. But they lost their tourism because of the Yugoslav wars that were happening. Croatia won independence from Yugoslavia, which was a united coalition, and the Serbians, Montenegrins did not want that, so they bombarded the city. And then there was more ugly stuff that happened in Bosnia and Kosovo, and we know a lot of that from the news, especially if you were alive in the 90s. And it was only until 2019 that the tourism of Dubrovnik regained the numbers that they had in the 80s. So from our perspective, it seems like a lot of the locals or the locals who work here actually appreciate the tourism. Jean says absolutely.
I saw
Cincinnati.
that.
Cole says cool shirt, thank you.
Oh, somebody asked what rocks, what stones.
You know, I don't know the name of the stone, but it's definitely stone. I'm not sure about. You can always assume that the stones are local when they're using this amount of stones. We'll go show them the port, and then we'll go up to Buzabar.
Let's go that way.
Glennie says, nice to see you on live. Yeah, Glennie is happy to be live. LAB says, I want to explore all of Europe. You definitely should if you can. Europe can be very cheap if you find the smart ways to do it. Once you're in Europe, going from city to city, actually transportation-wise, is pretty inexpensive when it comes to trains and airplanes or ferries. Which we took today, yeah. How was the ferry experience from your point of view?
I took a nap, so good enough.
Good enough, yeah. Comfy seats. Let's pop in here. George says the basketball court there is incredible. Yeah, we passed by in the city walls. Carol says Croatia is a beautiful country. Been to so many places. Porek was our base. You can get a ferry there from Venice. Ooh. Croatia seems like such a huge country.
Oh, here's where we got our little tchotchkes. There are some nice.
There's an entire Christmas store here. Yeah, there were so many options here. We could have gone to Vis, we could have gone to Zadar, Split, even within ferry distance from Dubrovnik. And if you get yourself to Split, which is another major city in Croatia, also very historic, you can take a train to Zagreb, which is the capital city of Croatia. Cole says we need to invent clip-on pants, so when you're wearing shorts, you can just easily go into these.
One Shark Tank.
Exactly. Diana says Croatia is known for good basketball players. Really? Huh. That's interesting. Oh, let's go first to the Rector's Palace because that's a good one.
Olive oil. It's so
The olive oil is truly spectacular. Also the produce. And right here we have Director's Palace. Now the Republic of Ragusa for 450 years, from the 1400s all the way to the 1800s, was a aristocratic republic. But they had, and Dubrovnik, 7.2 magnitude. There we go.
FYI, some freeze frame happening.
Let's do 2 bad service. Let's go up to the Jesuit steps. Yeah. Claire says, I went with my parents when it was the former Yugoslavia. Oh, wow. How was that experience, Claire? Francis is saying bello, yes. Oh, Christmas market, okay. Let us know for all the Croatians out there, is it worth visiting during Christmas time? And if you're a huge Game of Thrones fan or a person with a lot of internalized shame, you might recognize this. Because this is the steps that Cersei, the queen of the Seven Kingdoms, walked down in shame because she was shamed by the High Sparrow. Now the top was green screen, so they made it look like a huge massive palace, but these are the real steps that were really used when filming. And Kira's about to give us a rendition. Shame, shame, shame.
No, she was strong.
She was strong, yeah. Well, she got stronger as time went by. Shame, shame, shame. There we go. This is why I have Kira on the live show. It's for dramatic reenactments.
The Spanish Steps at this time are probably so packed.
Yes.
We're gonna have like a tourist comparison.
Right. It'll be like super packed. It'll be.
The Spanish Steps in July, or you're just starting.
And you're referring to the ones in Rome. Yeah. Yeah. So compared to Rome, this would be just insanely packed, but not now. In what time is it? 5 p.m.
Ne idem. Nema je brata doma.
Claire says it's a beautiful country, clean as you can see. We arrived in a thunderstorm. People were friendly and very hospitable. Yeah.
Yeah, people are so friendly.
There you are.
This all the waiters and service staff, everybody is so kind.
So kind. Even when they didn't need to be, they like they apologized like for giving us the check a little bit late. Yeah. So right up there is Mount Serge. That's where the Yugoslav People's Army sieged the city. But it wasn't the first time the city was sieged. It was also sieged by the French. And the Russians, aligned with the Montenegrins, actually tried to take over this fortification. The French won and held occupation of the city for a few years. And here often ask me when buildings were erected. And luckily this time I know. Try to quiz me in Portugal. Try to quiz me in Portugal. Portugal, I did not do any research because I was like, oh, I'm in vacation mode. But you're happy now that I know all the...
I'm very nice to learn. While I didn't do it, listen to anything or read any, but it's a way to get history. You're just telling me multiple times.
Yeah. Megan Daly says, hi, Kira.
Megan Daly, hi.
And you were about to show off the corals. Look at that. We bought that in VAR. And then you also got earrings. No shopping. No big name stores around here, actually.
Yeah. You said there'll be a Stradivarius in Dubrovnik.
There's no Stradivarius.
my favorite H&M-ish store.
There's no Stradivarius in Dubrovnik. Alright, we need to walk a little bit faster because we've got bad service. Let's get to Booza Bar. Or Bard Barn. Ah, there we go. Now we're good. Okay. Megan Daly says it looks beautiful. It really is. Highly recommend coming. All right, there's 2 bars you should go when in Dubrovnik. There's a line, huh?
Maybe we spoke, we jinxed it.
You jinxed it, yeah?
Não fomos nós que fizemos isto. Man kunne kø for å kjøpe billetter hvis ikke det var den muren da. Man kunne kjøpe vannet.
You should buy my bathing suit. Jump off.
You want to do another jump?